Bienvenidos once again to Tina's Spanish Cafe, where we have a little bit of conversation, some cafecito, and most importantly, where we learn some Spanish. This time, we are having not cafecito, but vinito. Because of the season, we are celebrating La Navidad. So, Feliz Navidad to all of you. I thought that for our lesson, we would cover a few of the traditions that we have in the Latin American countries and some of the vocabulary that comes up. And for that, what I did was I took the most frequently asked questions that come up usually in my classroom. The first one that always comes up is, how do you say Merry Christmas? And thanks to the great Jose Feliciano and that beautiful song Feliz Navidad, everybody knows how to say Feliz Navidad. But did you know that you also say in Spanish Felices Pascuas? You do. So, Feliz Navidad to all of you and Felices Pascuas. The next question that comes up is, how do you say Christmas tree? And I am standing right next to my very own Árbol de Navidad. And my Árbol de Navidad is simple, and it has adornos navideños. What is adornos navideños? Christmas ornaments. Navideño is a word that describes, is an adjective. Here comes my teacher and the teacher in me. And you can say adornos navideños. You could say comida navideña. That would be a Christmas meal. You could say vestido navideño, Christmas dress. So that you'll see that word come up a lot, navideños. So, árbol de Navidad and adornos navideños. Adornos de Navidad. And this one came off, but not to worry, I will put it right back. Here it is. For our next question is Christmas carols. You know, that's a very good and old tradition also in Latin countries, just as it is here in the United States. Groups of people get together and they go, especially in the villages, they get together and they sing villancicos. Those are Christmas carols. It is true that they have a lot more instruments and a lot more dancing when they go Christmas caroling in Latin countries, but they are very popular and they are called los villancicos. That is the word for Christmas carol. One of the most popular ones, just like here, is Noche de Paz. Noche de Paz literally means night of peace or peaceful night. And what do you think that Christmas carol is? Silent night. Noche de Paz. The next one is Noche Buena. You will hear this word a lot. Noche Buena. What is a Noche Buena? Well, Noche Buena is the most important event, Christmas event in Latin culture. Literally it means good night, like a real good night, and that is Christmas Eve. That is the most important night because it's when families get together and everybody brings food and they eat, they dance, they drink. Some of the most popular foods are pernil. Pernil is that pork shoulder that has been seasoned previously with oregano and ajo, garlic, and salt, and it's roasted, and out it comes to the beautiful table, along with all kinds of other dishes. Some families, it depends on the country. Not every country has pernil. Other countries have pavo, and the pavo, or turkey, is also seasoned 1 or 2 days before, and it's a popular dish for Noche Buena. I called my Argentinian friend and I said, you guys don't have pernil and you don't have usually pavo, so she told me about vitel tome. So every country has their own food, but what we all share in common in Latin culture is that Noche Buena is the most important night. It is also the night when the children receive their gifts under the tree. Some of them open their gifts that night, Noche Buena, and some wait until the next morning. And that brings me to the next question, and that is, how do you say nativity scene? because the nativity scene is a very important symbol also in Latin culture, because that is what the whole Christmas season is all about, the birth of Christ. And for that, we are going to look at my nativity scene, and I will tell you a little bit more about it. Bienvenidos a mi nacimiento. El nacimiento is the Spanish word for nativity scene. Another name that you might have heard is El Belén. Belén literally means Bethlehem. It's also a girl's name in Spanish. The central figure of el nacimiento is el niño Jesús. El niño Jesús, baby Jesus. Then of course, la Virgen María and José. Jesús, María, and José are three of the most popular names in Latin countries. In fact, some boys are sometimes named José María, and some girls are named María José. Jesús, very popular, is the Greek version of the Hebrew name Joshua. No nacimiento should be without los tres Reyes Magos. Los Reyes Magos, or the three wise men, are the ones who brought the gifts to El Niño Jesús, los regalos. And that brings me to another question that I get often is who brings the regalos or the gifts to the children? It depends. In some countries, it's El Niño Jesús. El Niño Jesús brings the gifts on Nochebuena or Christmas Eve. In other countries, it is Los Reyes Magos, but not on Nochebuena. Los Reyes Magos bring the regalos to the children on January 6th. And of course, we all know that in North America, it is Santa Claus. I was a lucky little girl. I used to get regalos from El Niño Jesús on Nochebuena, and I also used to get regalos on January 6th from Los Reyes Magos. And they used to tell me that the Reyes Magos traveled for long distances and for a long time on the camellos, or the camels. And by the time they got to my house with all the regalos, the camellos were both thirsty and hungry. So I always saved them a bowl with agua, water, and hierbas, or hay. In my nacimiento, I also have a shepherd boy, or el pastor, observing from afar el nacimiento. The ángel, or angel, is also important because it was through the ángel that the announcement was made to la Madre de Jesús, María, or the Mother of Jesus, Mary. In my nacimiento, I also have Santa Claus, in honor of Christmas in the United States, because it is Santa Claus that brings los regalos to the children. You might have noticed that I do not have tarjetas de Navidad or Christmas cards, and that is because in Latin culture, that is not very common. I also do not have stockings hanging from my chimney, and that is also not in the Latin culture. El nacimiento, though, is probably even more important than the árbol de Navidad. So, aquí está mi nacimiento. Another question that I am often asked is, how do you say Happy New Year? In Spanish, you say, Próspero Año Nuevo, or Prosperous New Year. So, Feliz Navidad, Felices Pascuas, y muy próspero Año Nuevo. Hasta la próxima.